How are we doing, guys? Moose here. Welcome back to episode number 67 of our West Ham United career mode. As always, thank you so much for the support on the career mode as we go through it. It's been so much fun. If you haven't forgotten, we actually are the United States manager as well. I'm not going to get into it, but if you wanted to pause the video back there, you can see kind of the lineup. I'm setting up the ratings of some of the players that we have in the team. We take on the Ivory Coast. We take on Mexico. We simulate the games. The World Cup will be at the end of this season, though, so we will be playing that. That's really what we want to get to. That's the first time you'll see us play United States matches. But we do get a message from one of our youth players, Mariano Delgado, that he is interested in leaving our academy if he can't get into the first team. So we're going to take a look at him, see if he'll get a contract. Teo also says that he wants to play, so he'll get a chance. But Delgado, he doesn't have a great rating, but he actually has pace for once for a player. So 76 pace for a right back. Sure, we'll give him the opportunity to sign a contract. But before we hear back from him, we will be taking on Sunderland. Obviously, we've had to rotate the team just a little bit. We're changing the formation from our last matchup in which we beat West Bromwich Albion, absolutely dominant performance, 4-1. But we are going to mix up the team because of the fact that we do have our first ever Champions League match coming up in the back half of this episode. But before that, we will have Sunderland here at home. We've started off the season fantastically. 3 wins and a draw. Best goal difference in the Premier League by a country mile. And we are looking to take on a Sunderland team that's all right. They got Asier Villera Libre, whatever. He's from Athletic Bilbao, 19 years old striker. 8.5 million pounds they paid for him, so he must be decent. So we'll have to watch out. Masana, though, our young striker, just 17, 18 years old. 73 overall already. He's looking to make an impact yet again. We know what kind of start to his career he's had so far. So can he do it on a wet Saturday night at the Boleyn? Obviously raining here. It's going to be a tough matchup. Sunderland 4 at the back. Obviously, they have Billy Albert, and they have a guy with the last name of Gooch. That's fantastic. Randolph, of course, on the bench. Our former player we sold to them. So we'll see what we can do here. But we start off brightly. Carrillo finds the ball inside to Gregory Vanderville. He lays off to Mark Noble. Lovely little chip over the top to Dybala, who strikes it near post, but Manone gets down to make the save, and we're not able to take an early lead. But we look very bright so far. Vanderville again with a lovely tackle. Dybala over the top to Fabrizio Masani. He's not able to beat his man. He does lose the ball, unfortunately, so he lays off to Noble, who strikes it, and Manone equal to the task yet. And first chance for Sunderland, though, as Gooch strikes the ball, and it's a good save by Jackie Butland. He makes a nice double save to keep out the Black Cats and keep things as they stand for us. But Seb Larson comes forward, plays a lovely little 1-2 with the Gooch, strikes it from range, and that is an absolute wonder goal from Seb Larson. We know he can bang them from deep. Unfortunately, we give him just too much space. And that's just a fantastic strike all around. I mean, what a goal from Seb Larson. Off the post and in, nothing Butland can do about it. And we will now have to come back. Butland, you can see, has 8 saves, most of those from corners. We forced Manone into his 3rd save. There's Masana does get on the end of a header, but it's straight at the keeper. Masana with a lovely back. He's just got a touch of class, does the youngster. Plays into Vanderville. He dances inside a defender, finds some room for himself, strikes it at Manone, but he makes a flying save. Looks like an absolute bird flying through the air to make that save. Keeps it out. Teo now with another really good chance. He's trying to impress as he has to come on, but it's a good tackle by the Sunderland defense to get things out of danger. And they do come on a counterattack. Jordi Gomez link up with that youngster, Villera, however you want to say his name. Bridcut ends up playing the ball out wide to Jermaine Lenz, excuse me. He dances inside a couple of defenders, lays off to Liam Bridcut, turns inside, and thankfully for us, he puts it just inches wide of Jack Butland's goal. But we come forward here with Pjanic ranging forward with a lovely counterattack. Unfortunately, his strike that looks destined for the top corner is blocked by Yunus Kabul, and we're not able to break the deadlock. Another chance, though, with Lacazette, though. He sees around Dimitri Payet, who's now come on to just give us enough talent that should have to overtake Sunderland. He whips the ball and is not able to find his man, but Chianti does very well to body his defender off the ball. Steals it away, finds Pjanic. He lays off. Lacazette, surely the moment, and Lacazette's missed the goal from just 18 yards out, and unfortunately that would be all she wrote. We go into a match against AC Milan not in the highest of spirits because we do fall to Sunderland. A disappointing performance. It was pretty evenly matched. I thought, on the balance of those late chances, we deserved at least an equalizer. For me, man, the match, I had to give it to Chianti. Nobody really played great. 2 Mooses my air points for Dimitri Payet, and 1... Oh, I'm stupid. I actually wrote down here to give 1 point to Chianti as well. So I don't know. We'll throw 1 out maybe to... I don't know, Oxford or something. Maybe Butland. Butland made a few nice saves, so we'll probably give 1 Moose My Hair point to Jackie Butland. But in spite of that loss, we're going to have to quickly rebound. Just a few days later here, we're heading out to the San Siro to take on AC Milan. We're going back to our 4-4-2 diamond formation that we've kind of switched to give Payet the best chance to influence the matchup. Lacazette and Rondon will be making his first start for the team, as well as will Eric Dyer. And I mean, you want to talk about a beautiful sight here. What a ground to have your first ever Champions League fixture. That view from outside was unbelievable looking at the San Siro from there. I mean, that just gives shivers down the spine. But we know how tough our group's going to be. Look at Milan's line. I mean, they've been maligned in recent years. They've struggled, but they got Bacca up top along with Mendes. Verdi behind who's been very good. Bonaventura, who we were interested in. Lloris in goal. Desquiglio, Abate. I mean, what a team they got put together. One that we're going to struggle against, surely, you would think. But we come out with an incredible lineup of our own at this point. Lacazette and Rondon, I think that's going to be a really nice pairing up top, physicality and pace. Payet just behind. Pjanic, Roberto, and Eric Dyer. Fantastic midfield grouping. Cresswell, Vandervelde, Ogbonna, Brooks, and the likes of Butland and goal. But Cresswell testing Lloris very early. Obviously, he has a ton of familiarity with West Ham from his time at Tottenham Hotspur, and Cresswell wants to get under his skin early. But some teams, the teams trade chances very early on. Cresswell plays the ball forward to Lacazette, who doesn't win the challenge at first, but he does take the ball away from his man. Lays into Payet, who just doesn't get solid contact on his opportunity, and Lloris does make the save. But from a corner just moments later, Payet whips in. Dyer gets a header on, or Deer, however you want to say it. He's a deer in the headlights. He gets his head on the ball, but can't find the back of the net. Vandervelde, though, goes through in the 18th minute. He's played in by Miralem Pjanic, and he's taken out by the man who we nearly signed in the summer. We went after him, but we didn't want to pay the fee Milan wanted. Giacomo Bonaventura, lovely central midfield player, but he does give away a penalty, gets booked. And without Marky Noble on the pitch, our preferred penalty taker, Miralem Pjanic, is going to get a chance to stake his claim for our first ever Champions League goal. And Pjanic does put it in the back, and that's a lovely finish. You know, I like to try out some different penalties every once in a while other than just smash it in the top corner. Pjanic comes forward, tries the lovely little stutter step, and then buries it in the back of the net. Lloris with absolutely no chance to keep that out. Sends him the wrong way. It's a beautiful finish. And we do have our first ever Champions League goal, our first ever Champions League lead. I mean, our first Champions League goal away from home. You name it, we just got it. And the fans are absolutely ecstatic that made the trip all the way to Milan to see us take on one of the giants of European football, to be honest. And Pjanic has now given us the lead. The former Roma man, he knows all about playing in Milan, and he puts the ball in the back of net. But come through with a lovely little counter-attacking chance. Lacazette does well to dance around a couple of defenders, plays it back to Vandervelde, inside to Rondon, who could really have his first chance at goal, but his shot just takes a nip off of defender, and Lloris is able to make the save. But into the second half now, no real chances. Very late in the second half now, just 25 regulation minutes to go, and Butland forced into a really good save as Milan come pressing forward. They're absolutely surging forward looking for that equalizing goal. And De Jong now, he takes out Vandervelde. He's been booked already in the match, and the referees had none of it. He says, Nigel De Jong, get off my pitch. We know he's a player that's been known for his roughhousing antics, and it is going to cost his team as Milan now down to 10 men. But that doesn't seem to faze them. Verdi on the ball. He decides to take his chances from range and just puts over the top of Butland's goal. And we finally get our chance here in the 77th minute. Can we take advantage of 10-man Milan? We lay the ball through to Miralem Pjanic. It's a really nice play. He whips it back inside to Lanzini, who's come on as a substitute. Pjanic with a strike, and unfortunately he can't put it in the back of the net. Payet went off with an injury, and very, very early, about the 30th minute, and that's why we see the likes of Lanzini in the match. Lacazette can't score yet again. He's really struggling for goals early on in the season, but Lanzini's looking very influential in his time on the bench coming off for Payet. He plays into Lacazette, lays off Dybala! Paulo Dybala, another player with a bit of Italian football experience. We know he came from Juventus, so he's got that kind of knowledge of how to beat Milan. He's in the right place at the right time, and he scores the goal that surely has to seal things for us. A great little layoff, finds the ball, and he makes no mistake about it, putting in the top corner. Paulo Dybala in fine form, of course. He scored that hat-trick against West Bromwich Albion in the last matchup. He's now got his goal against AC Milan in the Champions League. This is the kind of football that he came to West Ham United to hope to bring to us, and that's exactly what he's done. Lovely finish here, and that's surely got to wrap it up. But wait, there's more. Dybala tracking back to win the ball, finds Pietsch. We've now got Manuel Lanzini on the overlap, and we are streaming forward in numbers. Lanzini takes his time, lays off to Eric Dyer, and Eric Dyer with the icing on the cake. It's his first ever match for the club, and it's a debut goal in the Champions League. I mean, could he ask for anything more? He streams forward on the counterattack. He's been playing holding midfield all game, and it's something that you didn't get to really see any highlights because it's hard to put defensive highlights, someone who's been anchoring the midfield, but he was an absolute rock this entire match. I was incredibly impressed with him. I mean, I'm going to give it away right now. He wins Moose's Mighty Hammer for this match. He's going to get the 3 points because he was sublime. I couldn't say enough about his performance, and that is the icing on the cake. We do have just a couple more chances as Milan had so many numbers coming forward looking for at least a goal just to help their goal difference, but they almost hurt themselves the other way. Lanzini misses a golden chance to make it 4-0. We come forward one more time. Lacazette plays Dybala through. He's completely behind Desciglio, has one last chance, strikes it from range, and Lloris with a fingertip save keeps the ball. But Eric Dyer right there, your man of the match, my man of the match, and what a performance, what a shift he puts in. A 3-0 victory over AC Milan. What a way to make our introduction into the Champions League. The champions! Yeah, I should stick to my day job, not the best singer. But that said, 9 shots on target to their 1. They didn't really seem to trouble us at all. Man of the match for me is Eric Dyer. He was unbelievable. 2 Moose's My Hero points are going to go to Gregory van der Wiel, actually, and 1 is going to go to Manuel Lanzini, who, like I said, came on for Payet, who left with an injury, and in his 60-plus minutes of action was fantastic. But we get news from Delgado. He has accepted that contract offer for the youth boy. John Brooks, though, we get absolutely hit with the injury bug. He'll be out with a sprained knee for 4 weeks. Dimitri Payet is going to be out for 8 weeks with a dislocated shoulder. That's absolutely devastating to lose 2 of our starting 11 boys just like that. And we can see Solomon Rondon, the new boy, his first match, he's going to be out for 3 weeks. So injury bug hits us, and Lacazette's going to have to now pick up the slack. He's been struggling. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. If you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and as always, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.
Like we always do with this time. I got to shine.